people still talk to their neighbors? Like, I feel like when I was growing up, we used to have dinner with our neighbors and barbecues and block parties and all this stuff. I knew everybody. Now, I feel like everybody just stays inside their house and looks through the window to see if anything is going on.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
No, I have a serious question. Like, why don't we talk to neighbors anymore? When do we stop doing that? And I'm guilty of it as well, because, like, I have no interest in talking to my neighbor. But, like, we don't do that anymore. Like, we don't know their name. They don't know your kid's name. Like, I don't know. Like, when did that stop? Are we just no longer friendly? Or is it because people are now crazy and, like, you don't want them in your business? But should we bring that back? Or, like, really just keep to ourselves?
I can talk about this all day because I am a person with anxiety, right? So, like, I get it. I literally get it. But I also, as a homeowner, right, as a person who actively, like, talks about being in community with people around them, I don't think you should not know your neighbors. Like, you should not know them. And I think that there's a few things going on with why people don't want to talk to their neighbors, right? For one, I think that people conflate this idea of what is a neighbor and what's a friend, right? Or what's a community member and what's a friend. Like, you don't have to be besties with them, but if my power goes out, I should be able to text the person that lives next door to me or go knock on their door comfortably and be like, hey, is your power out too? Is everything good? And I brought up anxiety, right? Because I think people are like, oh, I'm just so afraid. I can't talk to anybody. I can't do this. I can't do that. Again, I get it. I walk outside, instant panic. But I think that because of all this awareness, right, we've turned it into like a crutch, or we've let it cripple us as a society. And I think the awareness was just supposed to help us. It was supposed to just make it more commonplace. People were supposed to just know that other people struggle with this thing, but we shouldn't be leaning on it. We should be fighting against it, you know? So, like, if you have anxiety, you should be preparing to go do something, and you should be practicing to do that thing, but you should not let it prevent you from doing a thing, you know? Example, yesterday, right, my daddy had brought my daughter home, so we was sitting outside for a second, and she saw some kids playing at the corner, and she was like, oh my God, new friends. And I was like, well, you want to go talk to them? She said, yeah. So then me, her dad, we walked to the end of the street. We were just like, hey, our daughter just saw your kids playing. How old are they? Could they be friends? Da, da, da. Now we've expanded our community. You know what I'm saying? My daughter got kids on the block. He works at home improvement. Michael be taking pictures. Who knows how we could be a benefit to each other? And all it did was start with a hello. We are too dependent on isolation and boundaries and withdrawal and just like separating ourselves. And it's like we're losing what it means to be in community with each other. And it like, it's driving me insane. Say hi. Say hi to your neighbor. Say hi to your cashier. Just like, bro, be cool. Just be cool.
Why is people so weird? So I have this one neighbor that he always usually says something to me or whatever, but I noticed the last couple of times he ain't been saying nothing. Like, it's real weird. Anyways, so I'm taking a walk or whatever, like I said, and I see him coming. We on the same side of the sidewalk, right? Why this motherfucker across the street? Bitch, why are you being weird? Okay, so not only that, he crossed the street and then he didn't even look up like to say hello. Like, bitch, you know who I am. Any other time you want to talk, now you don't want to talk. Like, is there beef that I don't know about? That shit mad weird. So he better not talk to me. I do not play with no weird shit. Everybody know I don't do that weird shit. Bitch, I will cut you off. So bitch, yeah, bitch, you better not talk to me, bitch. And it's crazy because I don't even like talking to him anyways. Like, I'll be ready for the conversation to end. So you're not gonna talk to me? Bitch, bye.
My next door neighbor is outside and I just got home and I need her to go back inside because what I don't want to do is feel obligated to say hello when I get out.
See, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is why I don't like coming outside during the day. I just came out, I was taking my trash out, right? And I told y'all before in a different video, you know, I got them kind of neighbors that, you know, if you outside and they see you, you know, they about to come out and say something. So I'm outside just taking my trash out. You know, tomorrow's garbage day. And I see my neighbor on the porch over there. I don't even know why I'm whispering like he can hear me, you know, on the porch over there. And I just speak to him. Hey, how you doing? This is what I'm saying. You can't even speak, man. It's like you speak and you open that door for a whole conversation. And sometimes I just want to freaking wave, you know, but I decided, you know, somebody told me just be nice to your neighbors. And I am nice to my neighbors, but damn. Okay, so anyway, he called me. He said, hey, Greg, I got something, you know, I want to show you. And I don't know what he got, right? Because we hardly talk because I try to be dipping in the house like real quick, right? So I don't know what he want to talk about. So I say, okay, I'm going to be the friendly neighbor today. Big mistake. So I walk over there to his house and he like, man, I want to show you something. I'm like thinking to myself, what do you got to show me, you know? So I go over there. He like, he brings me out a catalog for pizzas for their church. He like, I want to see if you want to, buy pizza for the church and, help for fundraising. And I don't mind I don't donate to churches, but, you caught me off guard. He got me, right? So I ended up donating, $20. I don't give money to churches because of many reasons. I won't even get into that right now, but I gave it to him. But the point of it is, why every time I come outside, I got to be running around like I'm in the military, ducking and dodging, because my neighbor, so he's a good guy, man. I'm not saying he's not a good guy, but I'm just saying, I just wanted to wave. Some people you can't just wave at, man. They want to talk all the time. Now, I'd have lost $20, because I just decided to speak today. I ain't doing that messed up boy.
Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying, if you are a current neighbor of mine or have ever in my whole life been a neighbor of mine, I'm not talking about you. Okay, now, you cannot be friends or friendly with every neighbor. Sure, it's good to be on good terms with your neighbor. It would be great if, for example, they could feed your pet when you're out of town. You can borrow a cup of sugar, borrow $1 million, whatever. But some neighbors don't know that just because I see you in the front yard, on the sidewalk, and in the hall, we don't need to stop and have a conversation every time. A wave or a nod and keep it moving will suffice. Maybe that's the introvert in me. Maybe that's the cranky in me. But just nod, wave, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And keep it moving.
One of the dumbest arguments I see on the internet is determining who is the bad neighbor when someone lives in an apartment complex and the person above them is like super obnoxious and the person that lives under them is like complaining about it. Now, I could be biased because I myself have had a terrible upstairs neighbor that ruined my life every day for 3 months. But I feel like when people post their perspectives of being the downstairs neighbor that is literally living in hell because of the upstairs neighbor, and people comment and they're like, why would you go up there and say something? Why would you write them a note? Why are you complaining when, one, you signed up to live in an apartment community with other people, and two, you signed up to live under someone? If you didn't want to deal with this, you should have just picked the top floor unit and just gotten over it, right? Those sentiments make no sense to me at all. Because I feel like if that is your perspective, then your mindset is, if you opt into or choose to live in an apartment complex or apartment community just because other people live there, that you have to deal with anything that anyone else does. And that is not true. The foundation of living in community, like environments or apartment buildings or apartment complexes or whatever you want to call them, is consideration. Consideration is the bottom line. Perfect example. I have a dog. This apartment complex allows pets. So you can have dogs, you can have cats, right? If my dog barked all day, all night, inside, outside, everywhere, and one of my neighbors came to me and said, hey, can you please stop your dog from barking? It's really disrupting my space in my apartment. And I said, well, you signed up to live in an apartment complex that allows dogs, and dogs bark. So that's just too bad. You signed up to live here. This is what you have to deal with. How inconsiderate is that? Like, do dogs bark? Yes. Did this person sign a lease in an apartment complex that allows dogs to be here? Yes. Would barking from a dog be expected in a community? Yes. However, there is a limit that you should naturally have in your mind to say, okay, my dog might be barking, but at a point, I need to stop it because it's disrupting probably not only my space, but other people's space. That is the key piece that I feel like is missing in people's minds when they try to say that you cannot complain about another person being inconsiderate and ruining your peace in a space that you pay for. Especially when they try to argue and like flip the coin back and be like, well, that person pays to live however they want to live in their apartment or in their unit, and you can't tell them not to walk hard. You can't tell them not to do this, not to do that. Okay, no one is trying to say you cannot walk in your apartment. Okay, because when I went and I confronted the person that lived above me, that was kind of her sentiment. Like, she literally said, do you want me to change my legs? Do you want me to get different legs? And I knew at that moment that I literally could not reason with her because you are just being difficult and you're just an inconsiderate person. So I just had to eat that. But at the end of the day, no one is asking you to tiptoe around your apartment. No one is asking you to put a muzzle on your dog 24/7. No one is asking you to never have friends over, to never play music. No one is expecting that. But everyone should expect and also give consideration to the fact that you live with other people. People can hear you. People can are impacted by what you do in your apartment, whether or not they pay your bills and whatever. You have got to be considerate. And then I really hate when people be like, oh, well, if you're going to complain about other people making noise and blah, 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 you should just get a house. Babe, in this economy, I can really afford this apartment. Like, let's be so for real. At the end of the day, no one should have to pay to live uncomfortably. You are a part of a community.
You should all respect each other. You should all be considerate of each other, which means if you are doing something and it's impacting a neighbor, at least have the consideration and the possibility of thinking, how could I change to make us both comfortable? That's really it. No one should have to suffer for 8 to 12 to 13, 14 months because, oh, you pay rent there and you can just do whatever. No.
Okay, so me and my boyfriend are like the new neighbors on the block, and I am trying to figure out how to introduce ourselves to the neighbors. I was gonna bake cookies because I am a baker, okay? But I was like, is that weird? I don't know. Are they gonna... Sorry, there was a bug. Are they gonna be like, girl, what are you doing? And our mailman is so nice. I love him. I want to do something nice for him. And I just feel like in order to build community, you have to know your neighbors. And like, we do the little, hey, wave, how you doing? But I really just want to, you know, like, drop some cookies off. Is that too weird?
All right, guys, I have to make this video because this is a pretty serious topic that we don't really talk about, right? And the topic is, why don't we talk to each other anymore? Like, guys, especially our neighbors. Like, number one, everybody is either inside their house or they're at work. Guys, a few years ago, this never used to be the case. People used to interact with each other a lot more. So what happened? What happened to us that we can't, or we don't want to, or we don't make the effort to interact with each other? Guys, when I was young, I used to talk to all of my neighbors. We used to know each other. We used to help each other out. We used to spend time with each other. We used to actually be like friendly. But now, as I am older, like even in the place I live now, I've only seen my neighbors, I would say, maybe 4 times this year, maybe. And I say hi, and we go our separate ways. I do not know why this is, but I think that things have to start to change, because it should not be that you live next to this person. You guys never see each other. You guys never talk at all. Like, there is no interaction. Why is this the case, guys? What changed in society that made us so reserved, that made us not want to get to know each other? What really changed? Because we have to really get to the bottom of this. Why is it that we do not talk to our neighbors, people that live right next to us? I do not know.
You know, maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is just me. You know, my neighbor is a real cool dude, but you know, I'm the kind of person that don't like speaking to people all the time. Like, right, he'll see me pull up and he'll wait on the front porch until I get out the car, you know, just to speak to me. And I'll be like ducking and hiding. You know, if I see my neighbor outside sometime, man, and I even want to cut my grass, I'll wait till he goes in, because it's like he just loves to talk. And like I said, he a good brother, but it's like I'm the kind of person, man, like if I go somewhere and hang out, you know, I don't want to be gone long. I like going places, but I also like being at home. I like being around people, but I also like being alone, you know. And so sometimes I'll find myself coming home, man. It can be late at night, man, and I'll see my neighbor outside on his porch, man, and it's like I'll keep on riding by. I'll keep on riding by, man, until I see that this dude is gone. And it's just like, it's like, for, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just a little bit crazy, but you know, who else? I don't think it is just me. There's somebody else that be ducking their neighbors, man, when they see them, just because they don't want to speak to their neighbors. I know it ain't just me.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I don't give a fuck how sweet your neighbors are, how welcoming your neighbors are. Do not make friends with no neighbors, because I'm telling you right now, shit is gonna start to get real fucking messy, real messy. Next thing you know, they're knocking at your fucking door every day trying to borrow some shit. Trust me, I've been there, done that. First they start out with the fucking sugar and the ketchup, you know, condiments and shit. Then it's your motherfucking charger. What? Then they start getting carried away and shit and asking, can they use your microwave? So now, not only are you asking for shit that I gotta bring to the door, you asking to come in and use some shit. What the fuck? Y'all, I just got into it with my next door neighbor because I was polite. A big mistake of mine. I let her use my my charger or whatever, and you know, I'm more than willing. It's just a fucking charger. You got kids. I'm pretty sure you need to use your phone for a certain emergency. I'm not tripping. But what I will trip about is me going back over there to borrow my shit back, and you copping attitude. I don't like that shit. Because it's just like, if I didn't come over there, was you gonna bring my shit back? Like, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like that inconsiderate shit. So like I said, fuck being nice to the neighbors, high and by, short and sweet. That's the fuck it.
Why is it that my upstairs neighbors, why does it sound like you're bouncing balls? You're bouncing a basketball. You're on the second floor. Why are you dragging a chair across the apartment all day, every day? And I can tell it's a chair. My issue is you have 2 kids up there. When I used to stump as a child, my mama would tell me to sit the fuck down. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cuss on this app, but I'm getting so irritated, y'all, because I sit here and I try to block it out. I try to turn my music up. I try to watch TV loud, but then that affects my neighbors next to me. Why are you not telling your kids to sit down? Y'all, I already went to the apartment. I already went to the office. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I'm getting mad. I'm getting irritated because I had a long day at work. And this is a consistent thing. What do? I'm getting so irritated. It's wrong for me to say that I feel like apartments, like literally what we need to do is have different buildings. One if you got kids and the other if you don't have kids. Because I feel like it's really I'm just all over the place. I'm just getting irritated. I'm sorry. But I feel like it's the parents' fault. Because why are you not telling your kids to sit down? I don't understand that. And I don't know what to do. And it's like, it's bothering me. Yes, it's bothering me that bad, y'all. Like, I just have to come on here because it's not like I can go to my apartments because they don't care. It's not like I can go upstairs and talk to her because I did it twice and she doesn't care. I just think that, and don't come in my comments saying, well, if you complain about the noise, get a house. Because I seen somebody else make a video like this and then that's what the comments were saying. First of all, I shouldn't have to get no house just to be at peace when I come home. So don't get in the comments saying none of that. But on a serious note, I don't know what to do. And I'm just getting, y'all, I'm getting so mad. Anyways, I gotta go. All right. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
If there's one thing I don't do is talk to my neighbor. Like, I would avoid going out at the same time as my neighbor because I know for a fact my neighbor hears me randomly. One day I'm crying. One day I'm screaming. One day I'm happy as fuck. One day I'm singing and dancing. Lately, especially, I've been going through a shitload of emotions. So I know my neighbor is like, yo, this bitch is crazy. So I avoid my neighbor.
Yeah, see, baby, I'm the neighbor you don't want. Because I'm not finna call and make a noise complaint. I'm not finna go up them stairs, knock on your motherfucking door if I can come knocking your noggin. I'm not finna get a fucking broomstick and hit the ceiling with it, bitch. I'm finna come straight to your vent. Your vent. Stupid bitch, think I'm playing. Hey, neighbor. It's me again. You're getting a little rowdy. Calm the fuck down.
Guys, I think that one of the main reasons why we do not talk to our neighbors anymore is because we don't really trust each other anymore. The trust in this country is gone. Yes, it is wise to, be a bit more reserved when you first get to know the other person. But I think that you should still be open to getting to know new people, right? And so there's like a fine line between stranger danger and I would say openness. And I think that we lean more on the, hey, I don't really know you like that. And so I won't even put in the effort to speak to you, say hi, and actually stand there and actually hold a real life conversation. Yes, I know that a lot of neighbors can be extremely annoying or, rude and stuff like that. But a lot of people, they're okay to actually deal with. You know what I'm saying? I think one thing that we really have to start doing again is actually trusting each other. Building trust with each other, having good character so that over time people can trust you. People can actually rely on you. Your word is your actual bond. You know what I'm saying? There's actual standards for ourselves and for each other so that we can connect with each other. And as we connect in a positive manner, I truly believe that this world will become a much better place. And on top of that, we won't feel as isolated and lonely just because we have human connection.
See, a lot of your mamas didn't send you next door to borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbors. Because what do you mean you've been in your apartment for 10 years and you don't know your neighbors? What do you mean you don't have your neighbor across from you's phone number in case your package is at your door and you need somebody to get it before somebody come and get it? What do you mean you don't know that you can have a group text and like, hey y'all, is y'all water hot? Who we finna call? Who we finna roll up on? Y'all talk about community, but you gotta actually talk, say hello, introduce yourself. Ask for their phone number. In case, you ever time you need me to look out for something, and I can look at it, and if I see something, it's like the small talk. It's like, yeah.
Am I the only one who has never talked to their goddamn neighbors? I mean, seriously, I can't remember any time that I used so much acknowledge my goddamn neighbors. Left, right, side to side. The neighbors that's in front of my house, the neighbors that's in back of my goddamn house. And I just never felt the need to even say nothing to them. I don't know you, I don't know you. And the less that you in my business, the better it is for me. I'm sorry, I don't know them people. I don't know you. I'm sorry. For the most part, keep to myself. I don't do all that. Hey, let me cook something for you and bring it over there to you. I don't do all that. Don't come knocking at my goddamn door. Hey, we need to talk about something. I need you to talk about this. I need you to talk about this. You don't need to know nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I ain't got nothing to do with you. And you ain't got nothing to do with goddamn me. I'm sorry, you fall and slip or something like that. You ain't got nobody else. You a widow. I'm sorry. You better call the police. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't know you. People got the nerve to call me selfish. How can you not talk to your neighbors? I don't know them people, and I ain't trying to get to know people. People like to be in your business.
Yo, I've got a question. Does anybody actually talk to the neighbors? When you get past a certain age where you can actually start having conversation with adults, and say, you can do little catch-ups, let's say over 18, bro. I used to have an elderly neighbor, yeah, and it'd be a bit creepy because every time I always left my house since high school, she'd just be sat outside and she'd just stare whilst I went and I came back, she'd still be staring, bro. Do you get? But it's if you went up and talked to her, it'd be calm. You know what I'm saying? But all the time, these past few months, I didn't see her outside, and I just found out that she passed away. I'm like, Ali, man, what's going on, bro? Do you get? I just want to know the people actually speak to their neighbors, interact with their neighbors, bro. Because, bro, it's tough out here, bro.
Starting a conversation with a neighbor you've run into a bunch of times, but you actually haven't introduced yourself can be a little bit weird and awkward. I'm going to tell you exactly how I do it. The first step, my friends, is smiling. Smiling lets them know that you're open to a dialogue or an interaction. The next, like preschool, you got to let them know who you are, introduce yourself. I do it like this, very casually, okay? When you're walking, they hold the door, you hold the door, you guys are both walking in, I go, hey, how are you? And they're like, good, how are you? And I'm like, good. By the way, I see you all the time. I love your aesthetic. My name's Quinn, by the way. And they'll be like, oh, hey, I'm Jessica, or I'm Jeremy, or whatever. And you can be like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. To break it down simply for you, the connecting bond is that you guys live in the same building. So you want to capitalize on that. You want to utilize that as a form of conversation. You can also rely on physical observation, like if they have cute clothes, let them know you love their style. Either way, every interaction needs a call to action, except for this one, okay? You end the conversation with, okay, great, I'll see you around. Repeat their name back to them. If you don't know how to remember names, I literally made a TikTok on how to remember names. Kind of tied up today and tomorrow, but I'm around Thursday if you want to link up. And they'll be like, oh yeah, definitely. Let me get your Instagram or let me get your number. And that's how you would do it. But the key thing is you've got to be friendly, you got to be bright, you got to be there so that they know that they can have that interaction and friendship with you.
You ever have those neighbors that whenever you come outside, they're outside? I mean, I love people, but I love my privacy. And whenever I come outside, there's always a group of neighbors that I always see. And I'm like, do you work? Do you sleep? Do you have any ambitions? Do you have anything that you can do other than hang out in the freaking parking lot or be talking in a group somewhere or whomever they're with? And then there's those neighbors, the ones that you really like, you don't see them at all. Once out of a blue moon, you see them and you just have a conversation with them. You're like, you're a cool ass person. But the other ones, the ones that you could care less about, that they're just sometimes annoying to you, you always see their asses outside. Why is that? Why can't people just mind their business, go inside, or take their asses to a park or to the beach or to the waterfront and have their conversations there or to a coffee shop? I don't know. Do you have neighbors like that?
You know when your neighbor does something that's extremely inconsiderate and when you see them, you try to still play kind, nice, because you don't want to be into it. You don't want things to escalate. So I've been doing that. You know, my neighbor upstairs, they play loud music at all types of night. Stomping, which I can deal with the steps. People don't know that they're walking hard. But you playing music with bass, not a regular speaker, it's something else up there, at all hours of the night. I'm talking about 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Listen, inconsiderate. And you feel like a week after your girlfriend moves out, you want to try to shoot your shot with this note. No, nigga.
There has been a lot of moral decay in society as a whole. And so a lot of us are just jaded about life, about human interactions. And guys, even with our own family members, we're jaded. There has been a lot of moral decay in society. And so I think overall, we're just tired of dealing with each other, putting up with each other. And a lot of us, we don't even want to deal with people anymore, really. The only people that we really deal with are the ones that we actually want to deal with, or the ones that we actually have to. Other than that, we don't deal with people anymore. And I think that we have to raise our standards in how we interact with each other and how we come across, so that at least people can have a positive interaction when they are dealing with you. If they have a good time with you, that's a plus. And as people have good experiences with each other, that opens space for more connections and more discourse and how we relate with each other.
Darrow, what's going on with you, man? Hey, what's up? I thought you moved. Nah, man, I just figured I'd lay low, man. I've been causing a lot of trouble lately, and I don't really like a lot of drama, you know what I'm saying? My bad for the whole Big Mike Maserati situation. I should have just minded my business, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the apology. All love. But listen, congrats on the baby. You know what I'm saying? I seen Jasmine make the post. She took it down for whatever reason, but go on, send me the registry. I'm going to get you something that's the least I can do for all the trouble I've been causing. You feel me? Jasmine's not pregnant. What you mean? She's not pregnant. She hadn't said anything to me. Oh. There's probably another Jasmine. I do know a lot of Jasmine, but I got a pot of greens on the stove. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get back to that. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on.
All right, guys, I'm about to launch my company website called Synchrony AI, and the name of the site will be synchrony-ai.com. And I will be explaining a lot more about my plans for the future of the company and how it can help people actually build wealth in real time. Right. And guys, I've spent a lot of time, hours in meetings, hours coding, hours doing research, hours building with my team. I am leading a team of about 16 people right now. There has been a lot of challenges, but of course we have overcome all of those, and we will continue to build and improve the user experience and just build an application that takes investing and trading to another level. And so guys, I'm very excited. We have worked very hard for the last, I would say, 5 to 6 months on this, and I am pretty impressed with the product that we have actually built. And guys, this is just phase 1. I have plans of doing 5 more phases, guys. This is just phase 1. This is just the beginning, you know, and it is already a pretty great product. And so I think that in about 2 or 3 years, once we are at phase 6, is going to be incredible. The amount of help, the amount of results that people are going to get, and the understanding and all of these things that people are going is really going to help them. And this is why I am doing it. There is a lot of doom and gloom out there, but guys, there is hope. And with Synchrony AI, my startup, I hope that people can really see the vision of the company and what we're really trying to do. And it is very unique, the approach, the perspective, the overall simplicity of the application, and the straightforwardness. Guys, as soon as we launch, I will be, you know, creating more content about the application and how to use it, and our plans for changing the way finance and investments work, and how the average person can use it to have the results that they want and actually be able to retire within, you know, 30 to 40 years. So guys, stay tuned. I will be creating a lot more content, trying to explain various ideas and things like that for you guys, and I'll keep you guys posted. I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.